Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and this is my FAQ Q&A where I'm answering your guys' most asked questions, as well as whatever questions you guys wanted me to ask. It's the first kind of video I'm doing like this. Most of these questions, the ones that are important on the channel, are going to go on my About Me page, because those are the reoccurring questions. But let's get on to it. First question of the day is, what class would you want to be better at playing, or what other classes would you have loved to play more of? Bam, 2 questions. If you don't answer, there'll be pain. Alright, I guess the first question I'll answer is, what class would you want to be better at playing? I would say Rogue. My Rogue that I play, Combat Rogue. And what other classes would you have loved to play more of? I would again say Rogue. In my opinion, I mean, of course I could say, like, you know, the other classes that I am interested in, but definitely I would say that the Rogue, the Combat Rogue that I have, my Dalaran character, that is definitely the character I would want to play a lot more often, because I feel like the more I play, the better, you know, I get, the more I practice, the chances are I'll find some new trick of how to do certain things in easier fashion. I always feel like there's room for betterment of yourself, and especially on this channel, since it is a Combat Rogue channel, I feel like the more I can play on my Combat Rogue, the better I'll be, the better content I can bring, and the more in tune I'll be with the class and the spec itself. I play it every time, all the time. It's like going to the gym where you're practicing and you're trying to get a goal, like getting big muscles or something. I'm just trying to get better at Combat Rogue. Other classes that I am definitely interested in was Shadow Priest, but then I tried it in the PTR. It's still fun, but God, it's so hard to play. Affliction Warlock, I would have loved to play more of that. Red Paladin, I love playing my Ellie Shaman, but I feel like I'm not that competitive with it, and I feel like it would be a lot of fun if I were to get competitive with it. And I would say that's really all the classes that are out there. I want to see and wait until the changes in Warlords in general. Maybe some of the other classes might inspire me to, you know, really try them out. But definitely Shadow Priest, Affy Warlock only, Red Paladin, and maybe more of my Ellie Shaman. Next question. How do you feel about Michael Jackson is such a badass, awesome artist, and why so? For Channel 14 News. Well, for Channel 14 News, the reason I feel Michael Jackson is such a really good artist, rest in peace, Michael. Saying like as if I know him in person. Michael Jackson there's a reason he was called the king of pop. He could dance, he could sing, but more importantly, he could entertain, and that's what pop music for the most part does. He was one of the most well-known entertainer, and he had, as far as I remember, like a troublesome childhood. So for him to come out to be a successful human being with money and fame and whatnot, even though the word drawbacks, I feel like that man has gone through plenty of shit in his life to be recognized as a pop icon, and definitely will. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. Next question. What made you play combat instead of sub or assassin? Well, I would have to say it's because I always like doing things differently. I used to play Rested Druid for the longest time back in Cataclysm and tried to do PvP with that, and back in Cataclysm, Rested Druid was impossible. You were trained easily. You did not have a place anywhere in the PvP scene. Your heals weren't that great. The hots were kind of weak for the most part. They were great in PvE aspects, but PvP wise, you were just useless if you were a Rested Druid. The reason I decided to play combat instead of subtlety or assassination is because the subtlety and assassination for the longest time have been the staple class specs for PvP for the most part. I felt like assassination and subtlety were more around than combat, and I wanted to pick up combat. And after I did pick up combat, I wasn't quite sure up until I figured out the ability Killing Spree. I actually had to figure it out that I had that ability, and it was just the most fun ability ever. Ever since then, I just been playing combat, and I've been enjoying it so much more. And I like being different. I like one other advantage though I got with combat is people did not know how to face combat. They weren't like prepared for Killing Spree at all. They didn't know what Adrenaline Rush could do and how much damage Adrenaline Rush and Shadow Blades could do together. They didn't even know about the 8-second stun. So you had the 6-second blind and an 8-second stun. Like, I thought that was just overpowered, and there's so much fun, especially when nobody knew how to face it. And as soon as you use Killing Spree, people freak out and they say, "How do you hack that? How'd you hack Shadow Step?" And I'll tell them, "That's not hack Shadow Step," and I would just link Killing Spree, and that's bullshit. So that was a lot of fun. It was just, I just want to be different. That's really all in closing statements. Will you carry me in Arena? Lol JK, what is your favorite point in WoW and why? Points, can't tell if that either means like a location or a favorite part of WoW. Favorite part of WoW definitely is PvP and the lore. I like the lore. I've been a Warcraft nerd for the longest time. I played those games When everybody would play like Pokemon games back in the day, I played, and Counter-Strike, I played Warcraft. Warcraft 3 for the most part. I loved it, I loved the lore. I wasn't good at the game, but I liked the story a lot. And will I carry? And if you're talking about the point, like which part in World of Warcraft, like area, I would have to say Ravenhold, some place like that. It's pretty much all rogues everywhere. I thought it was cool. That's where Rathian was born, by the way. Lore. Anyway, next question. What is your favorite quest? I would have to say my favorite quest is the one near Badlands where you punch goats off of a mountain. It's just too much fun, and I enjoy that quest so much because it's just so derpy and so wow. Next question. As a combat rogue, I want to hear your opinion about combat in threes. Is it more or less viable than sub or assassination? Also, what comms do you recommend for combat in threes? Combat, I feel like, is pretty viable in threes. You just gotta know how to play it. It's definitely a different game, but it does not mean the spec is any less viable. You get an 8-second stun that you can apply every 25 seconds with kidney shot if you apply revealing. You have great damage that accelerates over time, and combat has the most burst out of all specs in PvP. Once you get your procs, once you get your deepest insight, and with Shadow Blades, Killing Spree, and lineup CCs. I feel like it has plenty of room in PvP scene, but it is definitely underlooked for the most part. And what some of the comps I would recommend, I would definitely recommend Thug. Thug is a really good comp for combat. It's really fun, really easy to get into, and the CC management for Thug and combat is just perfect. It's supreme. It's beyond awesome. Also, I like RMP and any variation of different healer. RMD, RMG, I like RMG a lot. But playing with a mage and a healer is a lot of fun as well. Other comps that I would recommend, I enjoyed Stealth Cleave actually. I had a lot of fun with that cleave because once you get the bleeds rolling, you can pretty much burst whenever you wanna, and if you time it well together with the deepest insight, you pretty much have a win. But for the most part, I would say RMP, RM healer, or Thug Cleave are probably the best choices, at least from my experience. I'm hoping that there will be even more availability options later on, but we'll see what Warlords of General bring. Next question. Not really the question you were looking for, but could you make a full combat 5.4.7 guide, please? With a rotation, opener, that kind of stuff. I actually do have one on my channel. I think I commented to you and told you that I do have it, and I linked it. But most of the time, guys, I don't see many people doing Combat Rogue. So if you literally just type in Combat Rogue, what's it called? Combat Rogue PvP Guide 5.4.7, most likely you will see my video on there. Probably one of the first few videos that you see. So, just a reference ahead, I'm not going to quit doing Combat Rogue for a very long while, especially with Warlords of General coming out. Hi, what's your favorite mount? Hello, your mom. My contacts are really blurry. I'm just joking. I would have to say my favorite mount out of all the mounts, I would have to say the Swift Saber that you get from getting 100 arena wins or 40 RBG wins. That mount is probably the most detailed, the coolest looking mount. I've always been a fan of cat mounts, but this one has like armor and a flag. It looks so cool, and it's purple, and I tried to get a chance mode close enough to it, but I can't get one close enough to it, at least not with leather pieces. If I was maybe a hunter, maybe a different story. The last question of the day, why Alliance? Alliance because I am on Darkspear right now. Originally I was on Wormus Accord, which was an RP server, so there was not a lot of PvP going on, but we had a pretty good strong PvP community at the time. Now it's diminished to a small amount of people. I still see from there some people that I used to play with, like Skirmisher, and you guys don't know what Skirmisher is. Lightbringer was there, I think his name was Lightbringer. I remember some of the other guys from there, but a lot of them moved on. Some of them went to Area 52, I think a couple went to Tichondrius, and a couple went to Darkspear, but I never seen them ever since. And ever since I decided to change to Darkspear, I thought, you know, I need a PvP server so I can continue doing PvP and get higher ratings. It was literally me just leaping into the pool, not knowing how the water is going to be. And I decided to do a human because that... Nobody, first of all, I'm playing a combat rogue. Nobody would take me seriously in the first place. So if I was maybe like a combat rogue gnome, people definitely would never take me. But it actually is helping me out a lot to be a human on the Alliance, because you get the double trinket, which is amazing for combat. If you get the proc trinket, unused trinket, I get the sword guard embroidery, I get the living steel proc, and I just go ham with Killing Spree. With Mastery procs, it's insane amount of damage. Plus Shadow Blades on top of that. The most amount of damage you'll see within 3 seconds. I guarantee you. Thank you guys for watching this video. This has been Dalaran, and all of these questions, well, majority of them, are gonna go on the About Me, wherever that's at. Check it out if you need it, like an FAQ style. And thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know if you want me to do these kind of videos, and let me know what other videos or what other kinds of videos you would want me to do. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are having a great day.